Pretty bad, isn't it? That's my blood spots on the carpet. Blood spots on the kitchen carpet. There's blood spots all across the floor. All the blood spots that I have to clean up today. I think it's day 5. I'm not sure. I think it's day 5 of the bean sprouts. And they're 2-3 inches long. They're ready to eat in salad. I'll have them later. That's the guy that scratched me. We make it up now because he wants something to eat. I'm mad at you, bitch. I'm mad. My foot is still bleeding, and it hurts to stand on it. I put bandages and a sock on it so it wouldn't bleed in the sheets in the bed, but it's still bleeding. When I had the door open, Thrall wedged himself in there and started scratching from the inside. I just replaced the screen. What I'm going to have to do is make like a little bed of nails and place it out there on that platform so that visiting cats cannot come up to the door. Yesterday when I was talking to my son, he called me for Mother's Day, and I was talking to him, and I had the windows and doors open. I mean, the screen doors were still closed. And the visiting cat from down the street, Jake, the one-eyed cat, came to the back door, and that gets Thrall pissed off. He doesn't mind the little cats that come from behind the backyard. He doesn't like them either, but he'll tolerate them and they scare away. But Jake doesn't scare away. So Thrall was having him through the door with this cat and running and jumping at the door. So I thought, I just replaced the screen on that door. Because that other cat, Jake, he scratched the hell out of the door and had a great big hole in the screen. So I went to close the glass patio door, which is really heavy and you have to practically pick it up to close it. And Thrall was in the way. And I wanted him to move, and he wouldn't move, and he was just mad as heck. So there was a towel nearby, so I put the towel over Thrall, and he kind of moved back a little. And I started to close the door, and he started moving forward. And I put my leg there to kind of like shoo him out of the way. And he latched on. He was scratching the hell out of my leg and my foot, dug into my foot, and was latched onto my foot. I closed the door. All this, I was on the phone with Brian at the same time, and I'm hollering and screaming, and there's blood everywhere. It looked like a murder scene. It's dark now, but last night it was bright red blood all over the place. And I was going to soak my feet, and Brian suggested, since he's a nurse, he says, don't soak your feet because all the germs will be sitting in that water, and they'll go into your sores. So I went into the shower with I have like a handheld thingy, and I put it down and rinsed off my feet and everything. Then I dried them off and put ointment on them. Brian's not happy. He's bored. I mean, he's got a nice house and a nice girlfriend and a new vehicle, and he's bored. I think he's had it hard his whole life, and now that he was able to save and do these things, he's bored. So I said, you're a nurse now, aren't you? And he goes, yeah. I said, you've done operating room stuff for quite some time now, because he was a surgical tech before. He goes, yeah. I said, are there things in there that could be improved? Oh, yeah. I said, well, you're smart. Why don't you come up with ways to improve stuff and patent it? And then you can make some money that way. And you could retire early then. He's only 35. But all his friends are here in St. Louis. He doesn't really have any friends, old friends, there in California. So I understand that. He goes, well, didn't you have any friends, Mom? No. I didn't. And I didn't have chums in high school or friends. It's hard for him to understand that. I had to explain it to him. And I don't like having to explain it to him because it just sounds terrible. And I guess it is, but having to deal with it. I've had to deal with it for a long time. When you have an over-controlling parent, they don't let you have friends. And then I couldn't wait to move out, and then I moved in with an abusive person who didn't allow me to have friends either. My ex-husband didn't even like the pastor coming over from the church to talk to me. I couldn't have any friends. I couldn't go anywhere, do anything. And I want it all to stop with my generation, with me. I don't want this to go any further so the kids have to deal with this crap. I think they're doing okay because they know how to make friends. I may not like some of the people. There's a couple people that Brian used to hang out with that I don't care for at all. And they're nothing but trouble. But they're his friends, and he's smart enough to know how to deal with stuff. If he needs help, he knows he's smart enough to ask. So, you can't interfere that way, I mean, if it's going to legally impact you and your family or him or, your kid, then yeah, you step in. But if it's just life, you gotta let them be, unless they ask for help. Then you do the best you can. That's what a mom does, or a dad, or a parent, or a grandparent. I'm sorry. Today's kind of a bummer, isn't it? The sun's shining. It's going to be very hot. I found a pan in the garage that I'm going to put under the air conditioner so when it drips, it'll drip in the pan instead of wreck the porch. I'm going to have to put the air conditioner on so I can actually get some stuff done. But I think I'm going to lay around with my foot elevated for a while. I need to go to the clinic before the blood pressure medicine runs out because it says no refills, so I have to see the doctor again. So I guess I'll have to try to call and make an appointment. I don't know. All depends on how far in the future they have an appointment. I'll either be dead or healed up from this the blood and guts problem here. I'm kind of depressed now. My brother Richard wanted to go to the salvage yard and get a new handle for my car and try to replace it. I'm still leery about that. I have a bad feeling about it. I'm satisfied reaching across from the passenger side and opening the car door from the inside, but I don't know. I mean, life is just piles up. And then the letter I got from the Missouri Revenue Tax says I owe them $94. Because I didn't pay the $86, they've added onto it and I owe them $94, and why haven't I paid it? And I'm going to have to get in touch with them saying, what the hell? Life's starting to get crappy again. And it all depends on how I feel physically and emotionally and mentally, how much crap that I can take. I think that's with everybody, You can only take so much crap every day. If you're not feeling well or something happens or, an emergency or anything else happens, then you can't take as much stuff. The rest of the day is going to be a struggle. But it's still early in the morning. What is it? 9:30 in the morning. So I'm putting the vlog up now. I'm all sweaty. Not cool. I don't know. I need to talk to a shrink, I guess, or somebody, because I'm starting to feel real bad again. They supposedly have a counselor that you can talk to. I'm going to ask him if there's any way I can be tested for various things. I don't mean physical things, but I mean to be diagnosed, like, clinically depressed. I mean, I have a diagnosis out there somewhere, but the company that had all my files is no longer there, so I don't know how to obtain it. And that, and maybe a few other things to be tested for. Yeah. I have a feeling that I probably won't be back on here until Wednesday for my joke for Whoop Whoop Wednesday. Hopefully I'll get something done. Upward and onward.